Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Our topic for today is the price of success. Success means different things to different people, and it just depends on where your mind is at, what your goals are. To some people, success is having a lot of money, which is great. To others, success is being married, which is great. To others, success means having children, which also is great. For me, success is the attainment of a worthy goal. And that goal could be as diverse as having both the money, having a business, having a spouse, having children. When I talk about success, I aim for success in all of those areas. And for me, success is not being number one or being the best at a thing. Success is being effective in any of those roles. Okay, so if you're a business person, a business leader, you are a married person, you're a parent, success is being effective in all of those roles. But in order to be successful in those roles, there is a price that must be paid. Just like you have to pay a price for good health, a price must be paid for success. To have a healthy body, a healthy mind, there's certain things that you should not allow to stain your mind. To have a healthy body, there's certain foods you shouldn't put into your body on a regular basis. To have a healthy body, you should engage in things like exercise, sleep. So that's the price that must be paid for health, and to have a successful life in that regard. But to have success in areas like marriage, in areas like business, in areas like family life, there's a price that must be paid. So if you're a business person and you're aiming for success in business, but you're also aiming for success in marriage, that could mean that you have to say no to some contracts that might take you away from home on an extended period. It might be lucrative financially, however, it could eventually affect your relationship with your spouse. So, because you're aiming for success in both business and marriage, you have to then weigh it up and then say, okay, actually, I need to say no to that business option for today because I want to be able to be available to my spouse and to my family members. Success in marriage, what does that look like? It could be you're tired, you're already having a bad day, and your spouse says something that you find really irritating. And on one option is just flip back and just say whatever comes to mind. The other option is to hold your tongue, because you want a successful relationship with your spouse. Sometimes you're human, sometimes you might just say something, but on the whole, if you're always snapping back and fighting back and having something to say, eventually you will find that your marriage deteriorates. So success in marriage could be just holding your tongue and understanding that maybe they didn't mean what they said, but they still love you. So success in marriage entails a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is your silence. Success in parenting could mean telling your kids off if you know, even if you know that when you tell them off they're going to become sulky, but because you want to raise well-rounded balanced children, you take the price, you pay the price, and you tell them off because you know that that's the right thing to do. It's not the easy thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And that's the way it is with success. Success is doing the right thing, not necessarily the easy thing, because the right thing isn't always the easy thing. But you have to identify what your goal is and then take the relevant action steps to get you there. You have to pay the price to attain success in whatever area you've identified. And success is a daily practice, okay? So you might not necessarily get it right all of the time. You might not necessarily get it right with your business all the time. You might not necessarily get it right with your spouse all the time. You might not necessarily get it right with your kids all the time. But at least if you have it as a goal, if you practice daily and you're able to identify the areas where you failed and to learn from those areas, over time, as life passes on, you can look back and you can say, yes, I do have a successful life. Some people feel feel that when they're reaching for success financially, then they have to sacrifice their spousal relationships. They have to sacrifice relationships with their kids. So they go for a perspective of either or. I like everything. If I go to a buffet, I like to try everything, and that's the way I am with life. I don't like to limit my life because I feel like I can only have one thing, this or the other. Yes, I know you can't always have everything that you want, but certainly it is possible to have a successful business life, a successful marital life, a successful financial life, a successful life for your kids, but you have to pay that price. And you pay that price with self-discipline. Okay? John Maxwell says that you can either endure the pain of self-discipline or endure the pain of regret. What does that look like in terms of having a life of self-discipline? I've already explained that it means doing what needs to be done, whether or not you feel that it's the easy thing to do, whether or not you feel up to it, you do it. So you make the decisions for your business because you know it's the best decision for your business, but you also take into account the other obligations that you have in your life with your family and your spouse. You make the decision with your kids to correct them and to guide them in the right path because you're looking ahead of them and you want them to grow up to be wholesome individuals. And so even when you don't feel up to it, even though you can see that it's going to end up in a tantrum, you tell them off, you correct them and give them the correct information. That is the pain of self-discipline. So in that moment, it will be painful, but eventually it will reap a good fruit. It will provide you with the fruits of success. Conversely, you can decide to just let things slide with your spouse, take every business contract that comes your way, let things slide with your kids, not pay attention to your spouse, not pay attention to your kids. You fail to correct them when you see them going the wrong way. And then in future, what that does is that you endure the pain of regrets, because then you look at your child's life and they haven't grown up to be the people to the full potential that they have, or you look at your marriage and you've lost your marriage, you've lost the relationship with your spouse, but you have a lot of money in the bank. Are you going to be happy? I don't think so. But that's what a lot of people do. Or you spend every waking hour at work and you spend little or no time on your health, what you're putting in your body, on exercise, on rest. You work round the clock. And you pay eventually. You spend your wealth to get your health back. But if you look forward from where you are right now and say, I want a successful life in my health, I want a successful life with my family, I want a successful life with my business, then you can start to make those decisions. And it's usually like a yin and a yang. Sometimes you have to compromise here, say no here, so you can say yes there. It's a bit of a dance, but it's something that can be achieved if you approach it with intentionality. Okay, so it's possible to have success in every area of your life that you put your mind to, but you just have to be able to pay the price of success, which is self-discipline. Okay, so those are my tips for you today. Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. From my heart to yours, take it easy. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.